Hi guys, so today I thought I would show you guys some of my travel gear when we go camping or when we go to different places like Yosemite. I love going there and painting what I see, drawing it, painting it, and I'm going to go through this whole thing in another video. I just kind of wanted to talk about the supplies today. And so originally I try to find something that's small, that fits really well. This is arches. This is 6 by 10 inches, 140-pound paper, and I think this is exactly the same thing. This is super old. This one is. This is one of my new ones. Obviously, I don't have a lot in here. I think I have like one painting in this one. But the arches paper I think is the best. Also, you want to do something that's fairly small that fits into a small backpack. Now, this was my old backpack. I usually, under the zipper part, I have my money, if I'm going to have money, or I don't know, my ID or whatever whatever I need for that. And then in here, this is where I'd put some of my supplies, like pencils, erasers, good stuff like that. And then in here, this is where, you would slip this pad of paper has to be small enough to fit into a bag like this, So then you're not carrying a ton of stuff when you are hiking and walking around. You got to have a place for water. So this is a super old backpack, a great backpack. It's by Eagle Creek, and I've probably had it for maybe 10 years. So anyway, this is what I used to use, and I'm going to go on and show you now. This is what I have now, and I like it because it's fabric. It's really soft. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe. The other thing is it has a lot more room in it for me to put my supplies. So I still have the zipper pocket in the front. Right now I have Kleenex in there, but this is where I'd put money or ID or keys to a car. That's, and then I can zip it up and then it's ready to go. Anyway, so then the next pouch, so it's by Himalayan Hemp. I don't know what that is. I found this when we were in Zion National Park. It was just at a grocery store, and I found this, like, oh my gosh, I really like it. It's really artsy. See, it's really fun and artsy. It's soft, so I can actually put this on my back, and I like it because it's soft, The other thing is, okay, so then you have this zipper part here. I don't have anything in here right now, but I love having zipper parts because then you can zip it up and nothing falls out. So now we're going to talk about what I have in here. So this is where I would put my sketchbook. This is another thing I like about it. It's really big. It opens up really wide because it's soft. Getting back to my bag and what I have in here, the supplies that I use. I always have a whole line of micro pens, and the micro pens are permanent markers. So they have like the thin, you can see the tips here, wide tip, thin tip, super thin tip. You have a bunch of different ones. And this is like one of my favorite little packs that I put in, so then I can draw with pen and ink if I want to, and then do watercolor on top and it doesn't bleed, Okay, the watercolor that I use usually is Winsor Newton. In fact, this one is so old, I had to go buy paint and add to my little buckets here because I was running out of paint. I added yellow, and I think I added probably I don't even know, blue, and it looks like this right here. I've added more than once the purple and the magenta and the green. So anyway, and then it comes with its own little brush. You can see how long I've had it. But I don't always just use that brush. I also have these brushes. And so I just have this brush container. I want to put them in here so then they don't get bent. Something else that I do is, I don't know if you've ever been out in the world and you go, oh my gosh, what do I draw? This scene is huge. This is a viewfinder. I use a viewfinder when I'm out drawing to center in on what I'm going to put on the actual page. I mean, when you're drawing and painting, you only have a page, but your eyes can see everything on that side of the page and everything on this side of the page, and you can't put it all on your page. So I use a viewfinder to hone in. This helps me frame what I want to draw or what I want to create, and it helps you to get rid of all the noise. You can do it vertical, you can do it horizontal, and that whatever's in that square, in this rectangle, that's what I draw. I've made them out of paper, and I bought a really fancy one right here, and I don't use the fancy one. I don't even know why. I always use this because it's just easy to pop out, and it's black. I like that it has a black rim. Because it just helps you focus on what you want to draw. And this is my water container. So it's really cool. It just pops up like that. And then what's great about this is I can actually put a water bottle in here. There's enough room to put a water bottle here. You know, some of the other packs that I've had, like I said, just didn't have enough room. And there's a slot on this side and a slot on that side. And then here's one of my little bitty water bottles that I keep with me. So I can squirt my paper if I want to do drippy paintings, or clean my brush, or put it on my palette. And so those are the supplies I use when I go out and do plein air watercolor. A little more detail about things that I take when I go out and do plein air painting, which is basically means on air painting, which means you're outside and you're looking at whatever you're looking at and you're painting it. And then I use HB pencil, or 2H pencils, because they're super, super light. I want something that is super light, so then I can erase it. I personally don't want a lot of pencil work in my paintings. Now, I like the pen work, but as you can see, I've erased most of the pencil. Sometimes the pencil, when you put pencil in your artwork, it looks cluttered, and if you touch it, it will smear, and I kind of don't want to do that. So I don't do that. I know that there's other people that do, but that's just, you know, my preference of what I like. So I also wanted to go through some of my favorite brushes. I have itty bitty tiny brushes. I don't know if you can see how itty bitty tiny this is. And I usually keep something on it so then the bristles don't get messed up. And then I have the largest ones. Well, I'll start first. They are Princeton. I love Princeton brushes. They are super high quality. I've had them for years. I love them because they have this little bitty tip on the end. So then I can get a lot of water, put a lot of water down, and then I can go back and do details with the tip of that brush. So this is a Princeton, listen, I've got two. This is a Princeton round, and this is 12 and 16. This one here is part of the Heritage group of Princeton's, and this one just says Princeton brushes. And then I got a bunch of really cheap brushes because, you know, I go through brushes really fast. Let's see, what is this? Oh, I have another Princeton here. This is an 8. And then I just have a random other ones in here. This is something I love, 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 are these aqua brushes. It has a very fine point. You can put water in it and you can squeeze it and the water comes out, and then you can use that on your paint immediately. Yeah, so then you just use this aqua brush and you squirt out the water, and then it picks up the color. And this is one of my favorite all-time brushes. Love it, love it, love it. And of course, I always have lots of paper towels to clean my brushes or to clean my palette. Always have lots of paper towels in my travel pack. Erasers. Erasers that I like the white eraser. I love, love, love them. Many times if you use a pink eraser, it makes a pink mark on your page, and I Just not into that at all. Kneaded erasers used to be the main thing that I used. The one good thing about a kneaded eraser is this: you are working on a piece of art and you want to erase just a tiny little bit of something. You can make the kneaded eraser super skinny, and then you can erase just really thin lines.